Barbados Labour Party family, St. Philip South, this is how we do it every time, every election. St. Philip South, red and ready. Red and ready for the hat trick. Red and ready to continue to take Barbados forward. Red and ready to serve the people of St. Philip, the people of St. Philip South, and the people of Barbados by extension. Red and ready under strong leadership. Red and ready to make sure that all of you here tonight can be secure in a country where we face many challenges, and that you need a government that is strong enough leadership that would bring you through the challenges that we face today in this world. I am on record already for saying that if you speak to Barbados Labour Party and you speak to this administration that was elected in 2018, then you speak to a government that has had the greatest challenges after challenge after challenge in the history of Barbados. And I speak to you genuinely because I have no time to engage in theatrics and the type of perfidious politics that has pervaded this political space since 2 years ago. I am deeply concerned about the state of politics in Barbados, where we are looking at things that are actually happening and telling people they did not happen. This is a dangerous space to be in when people are looking at you and telling you that what you see before your eyes does not exist. And I speak, ladies and gentlemen, with a clear conscience, because I recognize that it's up to you and every one of you tonight to go out on February 11th and make Barbados a space where leadership matters and where good governance matters and where the truth shall prevail. We cannot continue, ladies and gentlemen, wasting precious time in Parliament, repetitive statements and speeches that do not connect with the reality of our existence, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply concerned, ladies and gentlemen, that I've said it myself, that we spend too much time burning up time in Parliament with repetitions, and we ought to do better. We are the third oldest Parliament in the Commonwealth, but we are not a three-cards Parliament. And therefore, the three-card behavior that we get in Parliament from the Leader of the Opposition must stop, and you have the power to bring it to an end. We've reached a stage where you saw what happened. Leadership takes over at George Street, and people for venting their views and who want to speak in a democracy were shut out, police called for them, and dismissed. And if that wasn't bad enough, we now reach a stage in our Parliament where people are being threatened to be starved just because they don't agree or because they don't sit silently and let the Leader of the Opposition speak. Ladies and gentlemen, think what they will do to you. And St. John, you have a responsibility. It falls to you, St. John, to make sure it does not continue. I am here, ladies and gentlemen, also to speak about my stewardship. And my stewardship I take very seriously. I've been appointed Minister of Agriculture in 2018. That did not change. I continued to be Minister of Agriculture after the 2022 election. There must be a good reason why this is the case. So let me put the case before you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I came to a ministry where nothing was happening to connect with the resilience program that was needed in order to transform agriculture in Barbados. Let no man fool you. And when David Estwick spoke the other night, I was deeply disappointed that he would come to make jokes about a serious matter like this. And the fact that he poo-pooed it means that he was never prepared to address the issues. And what were the issues confronting agriculture, ladies and gentlemen? Reduced yields, farmers not being able to get access to clean planting material, animals suffering with diseases, farmers cannot get water in some instances, and unpredictable weather conditions under climate change that led not only to prolonged droughts and floods, but also more pests and diseases in agriculture. We had to address these. And out of consultation, ladies and gentlemen, with the farmers, not with myself, not just with the staff at the ministry, but with all the stakeholders locally and internationally. And the first thing we recognize is that if Barbados was to continue to be sustainable, we had to address the needs of the farmers by giving them clean planting material. This government invested $23 million in St. Philip in a new tissue culture lab to make sure that clean planting material can be provided for farmers for many crops, ladies and gentlemen. That investment now sees Barbados as the most outstanding when it comes to research in agriculture and the production of planting material. I heard one person speaking on a platform about seed bank. Poor fellow does not even understand what it means to have a seed bank. Tissue culture is the way to go in the 21st century. You cannot sit down and wait on fruits to get seeds or plants to get seeds when you could generate them through tissue culture. We have already said we are setting up a tissue culture lab with a seed bank in St. Philip, at Cave Land, at the Home Agriculture Station, ladies and gentlemen. We have also risen to the occasion when females work in the fields, having to use a bathroom, didn't see a bathroom anywhere around. And we decided that this could no longer continue after consultation in our Rubbing Shoulders program. And we were able to deliver bathrooms for females especially, to be able to use bathrooms with decency and dignity, especially at given times of the month. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, our track record is solid. I don't have enough time to go into everything. But I say to you, it falls to you, ladies and gentlemen, it falls to you, Barbados, to make sure that this government is retained. Good night, and may God bless you.